equivalent fractions again. So make sure you have your book open when we're doing this so you can follow along. So question 2 on page 56. So we have 1/2, and here we have our fraction wall, right? So we have some of our fractions up here. So we're going to use this fraction wall to help us complete these questions. So we have 1/2 is equal to what in quarters? So we can see here 1/2, if we go down to quarters, it's 1, 2. So 1, 2 is equal to the same as this. So 2 over 4 is equal to, so 1, 2, 2 over 4 is equal to 1/2. And now for 6, if we go down to 6ths, so go down to 6ths, we have 1, 2, 3. So was it 3 over 6 is equal to 1/2 or 2 quarters as well, right? And then 8s aren't on here, so we'll have to do it ourselves. But we'll just do 12s because 12 is here. So 12ths, so we go to half, we go all the way down. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 over 12, right? Okay, so what could 8s be? So what is 2 of 4? 2 is half of 4, isn't it? What is 3 of 6? It's half of 6, isn't it? And what is 6 of 12? It's half of 12. So what should be over 8? What's half of 8? 4, isn't it? Okay, so it's 4 over 8, right? So do the exact same thing all along here. You use this table to try and help you, right? And then down here we have to write these fractions in order. Alright, so we should be able to do this. So if we need to convert them all to the same fraction, what do we do again? So say for example, here we have 1/3. So 1 over 3, and then we have 1 over 12. Okay, so we want to see what this is in 12ths. Okay, so we can either go to here, or we can even do it ourselves. So we'll double check on the wall, but we'll do this one first. So how do we get from 3 to 12? What do we do? So we multiply by what? 4. Okay, and if we multiply the bottom by 4, okay, actually we'll change that just for a second. Okay, so we multiply the bottom by 4, we get 12. What do we do to the top as well? Multiply by 4. Okay, so if we multiply the bottom by 4, we get 12. Multiply the top by 4, we get 4. So that's equal to 4 over 12. So is 4 over 12 bigger or smaller than 1 over 12? It's bigger, isn't it? So 1/3 is equal to 4 over 12. So 1/3 is bigger than 1 over 12. Okay? So we put them in order. So obviously 1 over 12 will be first because it's the smallest here. What's the next smallest? What do we think? So if we put these all into 12ths, what do we get? So if we put these all into 12ths, so 1/3 is 4/12, 1/6 is 2/12, and 1/4 is 3/12. Okay? So which is bigger? So 1/12, and then we have 1 over 6 is the next smallest, sorry. And next smallest after that is 1/4, and next smallest after that is 1/3. Alright, so we have to put these in order. Alright, so we look over here. So if we look up in our fraction wall, so 1/12 is the smallest, 1/6 is the next smallest, sorry, and 1/4 is the next smallest, and then 1/3 is the next smallest. So 1/3 is the biggest, then 1/4, then 1/6, then 1/12. So if we have the biggest all the way down, we know we're correct, alright? Okay, so if you want, you can use that to double check. I prefer if you did this way first though. If you multiply them and try to get them all the same first, and then double check with this. Right, so for example, for this one, we can do 2/3, so we come down to here. So we know this is 2/3, so that's pretty big. It's bigger than 1/2, isn't it? So it's bigger than a half. Is it bigger than 3/4? No, it's not. And 7/12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7/12 there. So 7/12 is bigger than a half. It's not bigger than 2/3, and it's not bigger than 3/4. Right? So you can check that way as well. Alright? Okay. And so that was 3. Okay, and then down here, we're doing the same as we were doing yesterday, right? So 1/12 of 36. Alright, so this should be very easy for us. So remember, we have to multiply by the top and divide by the bottom. Okay, so if we multiply the top, we get 36 and divide by the bottom. So 36 by 1 is 36. 36 divided by 12 is 3. Alright? 5 by 36. Okay, so we do this together. So 36 by 5. Actually, we'll do it the fraction way properly. So I'll show you how I want you to do this. Right? Okay, so I'll show you how I want you to do this. So for example, we have 4b. Okay? So 5/12 of 36. So I want you then to write, okay, so 5 by 36, so we'll have 30, I put our 3, so 30, and then 5 by 3 is 15, plus the 3 is 18/12, okay, and this is equal to, so what's that equal to? So if we divide 12 into 18, it goes once, remainder 6, and 12 into 60, it goes how many times? 5. Right? So our answer is 15. So 15 is 5/12 of 36. Right? Okay. And so I want you to do all of them that way. Right? And then for the next one then, we have page 57, alright? So I'll give you time to turn over to page 57. Okay. And okay, so question 1. So we have equivalent fractions here. So you have our fraction wall there again. So 1/5 is equal to what over 10? So remember, whatever we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. So how do we get from 5 to 10? Multiply by 2. So we multiply the bottom by 2, what do you do to the top? Multiply it by 2. So 1 by 2 is 2. Okay, 2/5 is equal to what over 10? So what do we do from 5 to get to 10? Multiply by 2. So what do we do to the top? Multiply by 2. So 2 by 2 is 4. Alright, so all of them should be very easy into your copy as well. And arrange these in order, so do the exact same thing as the last time. You can use these to help you as well. So 3/5, so 1, 2, 3. So 3/5, so all here. It's bigger than 1/2, and it's smaller than 7/10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so this is 7/10, right? So 7/10, 1/2 is the smallest. Then we have 3/5, and then we have 7/10. Alright, so can we see that? So we can either do it that way, or we can do it the way I showed you the last time. Alright, so the exact same thing. And then you have to write these missing fractions on the number line. Right? So on the bottom we have fifths. Okay? On the top we have tenths. Okay? So what is 1/5 in tenths? We've done it before. 2/10, right? 2/10. So I want you to draw this out in your copy, right? So this has to be drawn out in your copy. Okay, so it has, we start here, we go over 10 boxes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We go over 10 boxes, alright? And I want you to do this then. So every box you draw a line on the top of it, you have 1 over 10. On the bottom line, you have 1 over 5, right? So top, bottom. So count out, so you go 1, 2, you write the 1 over 5 below, 3, 4, write the 2 over 5 below, 5, 6, what do we write here? So it's 6 over what? How many altogether? So it's 6 over 10. Now, the bottom line's in fifths. So what's 6 over 10 in fifths? So say if we have 10 on the bottom and we have to make it 5 on the bottom. What do we do to 10 to get to 5? So we want 5 on the bottom. What do we do to 10? We divide by 2. So if we divide by 2 on the bottom, what do we do on the top? Divide by 2. So what's 6 divided by 2? 3. Alright? So I have some of them filled in there for you.